What is going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new video. And today we're going to be breaking down why Marci has a 47.64% win rate. This is a hero I enjoy playing a whole lot of. She is so fun to play. I understand her win rate is pretty low right now, but that honestly isn't everything. I think Marci is just such a strong hero in the current meta. Honestly, most of the positions she is being played in is mostly support. I think her win rate comes down to people not understanding how to actually play Marci. She can be a difficult hero to play with and understand on how to use rebound and how to use dispose properly. These abilities are not your typical abilities to use. They aren't super difficult, but it does take a few games to get used to it, and that is where a lot of players could have big issues. Also, the pickability of Marci has dropped a ton. Not a lot of players are actually playing Marci. It's mostly just spammers or the odd Marci pick. You typically don't see this hero. I think that's one of the reasons as well why her win rate is so low. She's also been nerfed quite a bit. I feel like her ultimate could definitely be a little bit better in terms of the cooldown because the damage is absolutely ridiculous. But honestly, if they could drop the cooldown a little bit better, or at least buff the Aghanim Scepter to where it kind of used to be, where it was super quick for you to have that, because honestly, Marci fighting without her ultimate feels kind of bad, especially in the mid game. In the early game, obviously you don't have it or you don't really need it as much, but when it comes to the mid to late game, without Marci ultimate, it's kind of like no Spectre ultimate, no Mars Arena. Like, you just don't feel great about fighting. You do have abilities that do a little bit of damage with rebound and dispose and such. You have some lifesteal, but without that ultimate, you're just not going to kill people. You're not going to do anything. So it feels really bad. I think she needs a couple of buffs before she could actually be meta again, but I definitely think you guys should pick her up and play her. It's just absolutely such a fun brawl hero. If you're the type of carry player or mid laner that doesn't like farming, this is your hero. This is the type of hero that farms heroes. This hero does not sit in lane a whole lot of unless you're pretty far behind. Typically, when you're playing carry Marci, you're going to be building treads into Battle Fury, then you go for Aghanim Scepter, then you can go for BKB or Basher. It honestly depends. If they have a lot of CC, you go for the BKB. If they don't, and you can easily get away and jump the backline without getting stunned into oblivion, then you can go for a Basher, you can go for a Daedalus. These items are absolutely fantastic on the Marci. She can also build Mage Slayer. She can also build Disperser. Diffusal used to be a really big item build on her. Typically, that is more of a mid build in my opinion. I enjoy going Disperser on the mid Marci. It's just really fun because you're not going to build a Battle Fury on mid Marci. It just makes absolutely no sense. The whole point of you picking Marci mid is to be able to make constant space and be pushing the side lanes and constantly fighting with your team. Again, this is a hero that has quite a bit of mana issues, so even a Falcon Blade wouldn't be terrible on this hero. Any sort of mana regen, again, going back to items like Mage Slayer, are really nice on this hero because that mana regen is going to help you because her mana pool is not enough to sustain the amount of spells you're going to be casting constantly. And if you're going to be a very active Marci player, you're going to need a stick, and you might need an item for mana regen. So definitely consider Mage Slayer, as it's a very strong item in the current meta. And if you are going to play mid Marci, you should go for the phase boots, the diffusal, and then into Aghanim Scepter, and then you can go for the same BKB or Daedalus. You can go for an AC, you could also go for a Silver Edge or a Blink. It honestly depends on your playing style, but the staples are there. You definitely need the phase boots when you're playing mid Marci. It is definitely very strong, and the diffusal is just going to help you get more kills. Now I'm going to be breaking down some of the matchups Marci is typically bad up against and good up against. So she's typically bad against heroes like Troll Warlord, Winter Wyvern, Shadow Shaman, Lion, Axe. These types of heroes that can easily lock you down and lock your ability to actually do any sort of damage is a really big problem for Marci, especially if she gets Axe called when she's in Unleash. That's a really big problem because she's basically going to kill herself to Blade Mail. Sometimes when you don't have your BKB timing, you're running up against a Shadow Shaman or a Lion, they're just going to hex you and stun you into oblivion. You're not going to be able to do anything since your mana pool is so tiny. Even Lion mana drain is a really big problem, so you typically don't want to play her against these heroes. It's just not a fun experience. Troll Warlord is a really strong hero against Marci. Winter Wyvern could just make her kill her whole team, and she could also just kite him out. It's just a really big problem for the hero. Some of the matchups Marci is good up against is Oracle, Abaddon, Anti-Mage, Arc Warden. These heroes you are very strong against just because of your nature of how much damage you're able to do in displacement. Heroes like Abaddon are really strong in the meta meta, but a strong Abaddon could definitely hold his weight, so it's not just a terrible matchup for the Abaddon. You just blow him apart, but if you're equal on farm, it can be a really big problem for the Marci as he's going to heal. So unless there's a Vessel on your team or a Shiva's Guard that's going to help you reduce that regen, or a Yule Scepter to kind of stop that, that could definitely become a problem as your Unleash doesn't really last a whole lot. So you can definitely have a bit of issues against a hero like Abaddon. Anti-Mage is a hero you're absolutely going to obliterate. There's not much in Anti-Mage's kit to be able to do much to. Obviously, if he has more farm, he can definitely just burn your mana pool and you're not going to be able to be as mobile to be able to take care of him. But if you build an item like Orchid, you're going to have so much fun with a hero like Anti-Mage. He's just going to die. It's very easy to win this matchup. And heroes like Arc Warden don't like being jumped on top of. So if you rebound right into an Arc Warden, you're going to blow him apart. He has basically no defense. Magnetic Field is not going to help him. Flux is also not going to help him. And Spark Wraiths are going to do some damage. But as long as you rebound, pop BKB, and pop Unleash, you're going to kill an Arc Warden practically every single time. That hero is not an issue, but he is meta right now. So Marci is being picked to carry against heroes like Arc Warden, as it's very beneficial for you to play that matchup. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, a like would be much appreciated. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys are Marci spammers. What is your favorite build currently on Marci? And what position are you guys playing Marci? Are you guys just playing support Marci, mid lane Marci, or carry, or even off lane Marci? I'd definitely like to know if you guys are a spammer, what is the position you're currently playing this hero in. I definitely have a ton of fun just brawling. It reminds me of kind of like a Tusk where I can constantly continue to fight. It's just super fun to play a character like this and not worry a whole lot about farming. It's just honestly very fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.